deafening noise from the two sets of supporters. But now it's all down to the 15 players. So now a chance to check on the respective teams this afternoon. The Cork lineup was widely predicted once doubts about Niall Cahalán's fitness had eased. The lion-hearted Castlehaven man takes his usual corner-back spot in a side that shows one change from the semi-final formation. Teddy McCarthy returns to midfield to partner Shea Fahy, the luckless one being American-born Danny Cullity, the danger man in attack, no doubt about it, John O'Driscoll and Colin Corkery, number 13. So 35 years after the last appearance by a Derry team in an All-Ireland final, this is the team representing the Oakleaf County, brilliantly skippered by Henry Downey. It shows one alteration in personnel from the side that began against Dublin. Danny Quinn is omitted. Tony Scullion gets another sample of life at full back. The newcomer is Fergal McCusker, known as Fergal P. McCusker, though whether he plays cornerback or wing back is a source of much speculation. The wind is particularly strong, supporting Derry for the opening 35 minutes. It has to be worth 3-4 points if it's well used. And that gentleman there looks a little uncomfortable, but the tickets have been so hard to come by. They've been saying down in Cork that the only tickets available in the last week have been bus tickets. Tommy Howard is ready. So we wish the teams well. The 104th All-Ireland final is underway. Shea Fahy touching it down to Teddy McCarthy. We'll be anxious to see just whether their fitness will sustain a full 70 minutes as Kieran O'Sullivan is fouled in possession. Anthony Tohill, big tall player. Stephen O'Brien slipping as he kicks that ball in towards Corkery. He rolls up magnificently for it. There against Gary Coleman, remember, that's the marking alignment. Needing support, getting it from Joe Kavanagh. Ground looking a little slippery early on. The movement here on the ball produces Mick McCarthy in the attack. Chased over there the whole time by Dermot Heaney. Cork settling better. Tony Davis with the first attempt for a score, and he's put it over the bar. Tony Davis playing in his 25th championship match. Getting up to give Cork the lead. Damien McCusker yet to be beaten in this year's championship. Hasn't conceded a goal. Shea Fahy and Teddy McCarthy beaten by McGilligan, who fisted that one on. Kieran O'Sullivan towards Teddy McCarthy. Poor marking by Derry. Don Davis getting well away from Fergal McCusker. Been allowed the opportunity to set up the attacks. The initiative has been seized early on by Cork, and it's Joe Kavanagh into the breach. There's a goal on here for Cork, and he gets it! A goal by Joe Kavanagh after 5 minutes. Derry was standing back. Cork came forward. Joe Kavanagh's third goal of the championship, beating the cover. And Cork emphatically ahead. Barry Coffey trying to hold up his progress. Dermot Heaney. Damien Barton now, looking for a Derry score to settle down his team. It's Johnny McGurk. He can do it against Dublin, now he's done it against Cork. The player from Lavi, raising Derry spirits. Well, Barry Coffey has been marked tightly, and McGilligan has it. Inside towards Enda Gormley, breaks the ball down there. Damien Cassidy going back to recover possession, trying to go by Niall Cahalán, avoiding the block, hit in invitingly. Mark O'Connor was assured it's a goal, and the referee says it's a valid goal. Seamus Downey, the goal scorer, was outside the square, made his run in, but if you see it again in replay, you'll note that the fullback Mark O'Connor wasn't absolutely certain about whether to attack the ball or not.
Damien Cassidy does very well and puts it across, but there's complete hesitation. John Kearns in positions, nobody seems to shout, and Seamus Downey does very well for full power, gets in and gets his fist to it, and that's a brilliant goal to give Derry a great boost.
So Derry have gone in front. This is the attack again, a bit of hesitation. Downey wasn't hesitating, and he gets a fine goal. And towards the goal scorer, Seamus Downey, brother of the team captain, now Johnny McGurk. Tohill steadying himself, beating the attempted block by Teddy McCarthy, and he's put the ball high and he's put it over. That's a wonderful point. A second point by Anthony Trohill. Here he is again. Now Don Davis. Once again there's a space in front of him as Gary Coleman and Fergal McCusker trying to prevent the way, and Mick McCarthy has a shot brilliantly blocked by Damien McCusker. What John Kearns can do at one end, McCusker can do at the other. Fergal McCusker now. Ball in over the head of Mark O'Connor. Seamus Downey racing for possession. He's got players to aim at. One of them is Joe Brolly. Brolly going by Brian Corcoran. That's been a successful ploy so far. Joe Brolly kicking it over the bar. The first of the day for Brolly. Good ball chipped into the centre. Don Davis getting onto it. It was a high challenge from Gary Coleman, but it reaches Colin Corkery. Corkery, Heaney is against him there, and that's kicked over the bar. Colin Corkery with another score, a third point for Colin Corkery. Again, Barry Coffey was the target. This time Barry Coffey adjudged to have fouled John McGurk, who takes the free kick himself. A Derry player on the ground, the jeering from the Derry fans. Referee, having not seen the incident, allows play to continue. Damien Barton. This is Joe Brolly looking for a score for Derry. It's gone to the right. So is Niall the guilty one? Tommy Howard is content with the lecture, and Niall Cahalan is a very lucky man. Well, perhaps his umpires didn't see what happened quite clearly, in which case there shouldn't have been any booking in the first place. Here's Niall Cahalan. He's got a lead off, and now he's been injured. And the game just turning a little bit nasty and angry. Niall Cahalan is still on the ground. It's Fergal McCusker launching the attack for Derry, who lead by 1-7 to 1-6. Gormley, the player who was injured with that box earlier on, drives it in high and he puts it over the bar. A third point for Enda Gormley, a first from play, and he makes his point there to Niall Cahalan as he comes out. Might be worth keeping an eye on those two for the rest of the match. Just a minute to go to half-time now. Two between them. Derry's Dermot Heaney, the taker of the free. Down towards Mark O'Connor, broke away from him. And the Derry player with Cahalan and Tony Davis effectively fouling the attacker. It looked an ill-timed tackle, but not malicious by any manner of means.
No, certainly I don't think that was...
Oh, he's been sent off. Oh, that's going to be one of the major talking points of this final. Enda Gormley winning that challenge there with Niall Cahalan. Gormley getting free, getting support as well. The kick here is high, comes off the post there from Gary Coleman, back into play, and it ends up going over the bar. Enda Gormley the point scorer. That's 4 points for Enda Gormley from this match. Derry are finishing the half very convincingly. 3 points to the good. With the wind at their backs, will that be sufficient?
And a great chance of a point, a great move by Derry, comes back off the top of the post, and the players coming in have the advantage here. Enda Gormley doing very well. Since he got that punch from Niall Cahalan, he's improved considerably.
It's half time. Enda Gormley scored 4 points in that first half. Cork took a commanding lead in the opening 7 minutes with a Joe Kavanagh goal after 5. Seamus Downey's goal after 15. Gormley, one of the Derry heroes from the first half, but the controversial sending off of Tony Davis after 35 minutes, one of the big talking points. And so, at half-time, Derry 1-9, Cork 1-6. It's Derry who lead by 3 points. So Dermot McNichol is into the Derry team, who have the full 15 against the 14 men from Cork. Referee trying to make sure that everybody is inside the 45-metre line. They're not by any manner of means, but he's not going to hold up the game any longer. Cork get the free. Shea Fahy the taker. But there are 3 points between the teams. Mick McCarthy trying to go forward, trying to get something for Cork here. Shot partially blocked down. The rain coming down once more, making it very unpleasant. Jersey of Damien Barton was out. Now Dermot McNichol, a buzz of anticipation as he attacks the Cork goal. Henry Downey, shoulder there by Barry Coffey. Downey's a top operator. This is Dermot McNichol looking for another point for Derry, and the umpires signal that there's 3 points between them. McNichol's first point of the second half. The contest at midfield won by Cork. Don Davis, Gary Coleman just moving away from him. Little chip inside. John O'Driscoll coming in. He scored! John O'Driscoll puts Cork back in front. His first time to get into the attack in a meaningful way. His first score of the match, his first goal.
Well, a great ball across from Don Davis. Picks out John O'Driscoll coming through. Nobody marking him, and he sticks it away. It's about the first time he's got a chance of the whole game. That's a brilliant goal for Cork.
Well, he'd been having a great season. Lovely, clever ball inside. The defence indicted, however. They were moving out en masse. That's a splendid strike. This is Henry Downey. Again, it's a measured build-up by Derry, playing into the wind. They're trying to control the pace of the attack if at all possible. This is Joe Brolly. Good ball for Brolly. Takes up such good angles, an injection of pace into the attack. Here's Brolly, fisting, and he's put it against the post, and it's back in there, and it's gone wide. Seamus Downey had the last touch on that one, but unable to get a second goal for Derry. Fergal McCusker. Good run out, stumbling over, the referee says play on. Dermot McNichol now. Getting a bit of encouragement from the Derry fans. That's Seamus Downey, or Dermot Heaney rather. Heaney and Downey looking so alike. It's Heaney outside to Gormley. Gormley looking for the score, and it's the equaliser for Derry. Enda Gormley with the 5th point of the match. So the teams are level. McGilligan over there contesting with Shea Fahy. Fahy knocking it down to his wing back, who was anticipating, but it's back with McGilligan again. Ball picked up there by Johnny McGurk, laid forward here. Henry Downey in full charge. On it goes to Damien Barton for Derry. They're looking now for the lead score. It's a free in. The arms in the air there of Seamus Downey, saluting a fine run through the centre by Damien Barton. But there was a good injection of pace just a moment or two ago there from Henry Downey. And fitness is certainly going to play a huge part in the last minutes of this final. Ball coming off the post, but going over safely. Anthony Toho with a 3rd point. Johnny McGurk towards Joe Brolly. Very much the danger man in attack for Derry. And again the referee's whistle has sounded just as Joe Brolly was in the clear. That was for a foul there on Eamon Burns by Mark O'Connor. Time now ebbing away. 8 minutes to go. Gormley.
Come on, Johnny! Come on, Johnny!
McGurk on his left boot, and he's put it over the bar. Johnny McGurk with a 2nd point. 2 between them. Is it to be Derry's day? It'll be a frantic last 6 or 7 minutes now, you can be sure of that. John O'Driscoll up towards Colin Corkery, fisted down by Tony Scully. What a match he's had. Tohill here, running into a challenge there from the number 11, who is Joe Kavanagh. Henry Downey now, skipping away there from John Cleary. McGurk again. So many McGurks, 6 in all, have played for Derry with great distinction down the years. Is this to be the biggest day in the county's history? The referee says play on. McGurk again steadying himself, and Barry Coffey this time catches him high, and the referee reaching for the notebook. McGurk in need of attention. Barry Coffey had put out the right hand to try and restrain him, accepting the referee's judgment, taking the lecture. It's a very high challenge indeed, but I feel Barry Coffey had his right hand out to try and restrain McGurk, but caught him very badly. This is important. It's gone over the bar. Gormley with the 6th point. 3 points from frees for Enda Gormley. He got 3 from play as well, and he's opened up a 3-point gap. It's looking good for the Oakleaf county of Derry. Down it goes to Stephen O'Brien. This has to be it for Cork as McGurk slips. McGilligan goes back. It's Stephen O'Brien against Derry. Still Stephen O'Brien, and the referee says it's going to be a free back. The whistle had sounded, but O'Brien was doing it all on his own, it seemed, against Derry. So Derry must live on their nerves. Likewise the Cork lads. A great rallying run that time by Stephen O'Brien. So it's all down to this. Cork must get a goal, otherwise it's Derry's title. That's it in, and it's gone out, and they're arguing inside as to whether it's a 45 or not. And I think Tommy Howard has informed Cork that time is almost up. Kieran O'Sullivan will be the taker. There'll be a big invasion by Derry men if Cork fail to get a goal here. It's a tall order. In it goes. Comes out to Enda Gormley. Derry lift the siege, and Derry are the champions! Derry win the All-Ireland Final of 1993. Sam Maguire is going north for a 3rd successive year. Damien Barton and Gary Coleman did the business. The fans can celebrate up on Hill 16. More of them have made their way onto the field. It was a stirring encounter. Derry did well. They held on to win by 3 points, but Cork reduced to 14 men after the dismissal of Tony Davis right on the call of half-time. That may well have been the difference between the teams in the end. Who knows? But history will record that Derry are champions for the first time in their history. They win the title by 3 points. Confirmation of the final score. It's Derry 114, Cork 2 goals and 8.
Our captain, Warren Dara, our Henry Downey.
Peter Quinn makes the presentation, and it's Henry Downey who takes Sam back to Derry. Oh, Sammy boy, they'll sing tonight. As I was saying, it's a very popular victory. It really will be. Cork bitterly disappointed, no doubt, but they'll be the first, knowing their sporting nature, to say to Derry, well done.